tell you. And I'm going to tell you what these are, but in my opinion, there's other things I would recommend doing, okay? So first is, welcome, product development. That means you're literally working on your recipe and you're making sure that it's going to taste the way you want it to taste, that you can produce it, and that it's packaged properly and so forth. Then you're going to do an initial batch, because then later on when you scale it up, you know, it's going to have to be fixed, but you're going to, and I'll talk more about this all later. You're going to need to work with people who are called food scientists or food technologists, and those are people who can assist you with your shelf life. They can assist you to make sure there's no issues with bacteria. They can help you to find facilities, so there's also lots of other places I'll mention that can help you to do that. If you're working, you're going to want to finalize your recipe and make sure that it's standardized in a way. There's something called a scheduled process. So once it's standardized, that allows you to go from one production facility to another and make the same thing, because obviously if someone owns the recipe that you're working with and selling and you want to go somewhere else or they go out of business, you're in trouble. Ideally, you should have a business plan. There are people who don't write business plans, but there's a major reason to write one. Please raise your hand if you've actually ever written a business plan before. Awesome. A good half of you have done that. That's great. So someone who raised your hand, what was the big advantage to doing a business plan? Oh,
Thinking through everything. Not necessarily following everything, but actually thinking through all of the what ifs.
Exactly, the what if. So to that point, first of all, business plan is a document both using words and numbers that is basically the who, what, why, when, where, and how of your business. All right? And a business plan is the common description people use to explain a business plan is that it's a roadmap. A roadmap that gets you somewhere. So if you're like going to California, but you haven't figured out how to go, you have a lot of choices. You can fly, and that has different expenses. Is it a private jet? Is it, you know, economy? And that influences the time, how quickly you go. You could drive. Is it a rental car? Is it your own? Are you hitchhiking? How are you getting across? Those all have expenses and time impacts. You're driving. Are you taking highways or are you going down beautiful country roads? Different time impact. Are you staying at B&Bs or 4-star hotels or crashing at a friend's house? But now you have to plan in advance. If you didn't get in touch with your friend beforehand, maybe they're not there and they're not going to answer the door and you really don't have a place to stay except in your vehicle or on the lawn. Okay? That's really what it's like running a business. You need to plan. You have different budgets and different time impacts from each of your choices. So just like Mary was saying earlier about, you know, when you're starting a business, you have a lot of choices in terms of what you want to do. You have a tremendous amount of choices, and every single thing is a choice. So what I'm going to do is try to help you figure out how to think about making those choices in our workshop today.